In this video, you're going to learn how to quickly break a habit. You know, we've helped thousands of people develop their skills professionally and self-development skills as well to become better people, more effective leaders, and better communicators. If you're interested in developing your personal skills, improving the quality of your life, contact us and find out how we can help you become a better communicator and all around more holistic and happier. The first step is to discover the cause of the habit that you want to change and the why. You need to have a strong enough why you want to change that habit. Without that strong why, it becomes very difficult to change habits. Now, once you discover the cause and you know what it is that triggers that habit, and there are many things that keep in mind that trigger habits, things like emotional triggers, social triggers, environmental triggers, and many others. Social triggers might be the hardest to overcome because they have to do with your social interactions with others. So for example, if you stop smoking and you're hanging out with people who smoke, it's going to make it that much more challenging. If perhaps you're trying to stop eating sweets and chocolate and these kinds of things, well, if you don't have them in your cupboard and in the house, it makes it less likely that you're going to go out and go purchase some. So if it's not there, it's easier for you not to eat. However, if you're in social environment, you have people coming into the house, bringing chocolate and donuts and ice cream and all these wonderful things, it's going to make it more challenging for you, and you're going to need a lot more willpower. But the idea is to leverage things in your favor so that it's going to be easier and quicker to break that habit. Discover what is the cause of the habit. Are you doing it out of emotions? Are you doing it just out of the environment? Are you doing it because of the people you're hanging out with? What it is that's causing you to have this habit? And why do you want to change the habit? Is your reason strong enough? Because if it's not strong enough, it'll be much, much more difficult to reach your goal. The second step is to replace the negative habit for a positive one. Now, this may sound simpler than it actually is. It means, okay, I have a negative habit of, let's say, smoking cigarettes, and I've decided I want to stop smoking cigarettes because they make me feel sick and ill. An example in a true story, I was living in China at one point in my life, and I was smoking at that time in my life. And the problem was that tobacco I would acquire in China used to make me really nauseous and feel really, really bad. So I would have people bring me tobacco from Hong Kong, which was more similar to the Western tobacco I was used to. But what happened over the several months that I was in China, it was hard to always be getting tobacco sent in from Hong Kong. So eventually I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna stop smoking while I'm here in China. I'm sick of feeling like I'm gonna vomit or I feel nauseous all the time. And I just stopped for that period of time. Now, the biggest trigger I always had was that if I went to a club and started drinking a few beers or drinking alcohol, I'd want to have a cigarette. Because of what had happened in China, what I found is I was going out drinking and not smoking. So I was able to break that connection, that link that I had established in my brain between cigarettes and alcohol. When I returned to Europe, I realized, wow, what a cool thing. I think I've got it licked this time. And that's exactly what happened. I haven't smoked in over 15 years. It was 2009, so we'll make the calculation. But the point of the matter is you need to have a strong enough why. My why in that case was that I was feeling ill, physically ill every time I smoked. So I chose to stop smoking, and it was a short-term goal. It was just those 6 months I would be in China that I would stop smoking. But again, when I got back to Europe, I said, well, if I can now drink and go out and party and stuff and not smoke, why would I want to start smoking again? That's stupid. And I went to buy somebody some cigarettes the other day. I couldn't believe the price, 15 euro for a pack of cigarettes. When I stopped smoking, they cost like 3 euros a pack. The third step is to have a plan and a strategy. If you don't have a roadmap, it's really hard to get to your destination. So you need to have a plan and a strategy how you're going to go about changing this habit that you want to change. You now know the cause. You have a strong enough reason why you want to change it. You found a new habit that you're going to replace the old habit with. Now we need a plan and a strategy. This might include things like not having the triggers in the house that would trigger me to indulge in that habit. Again, if we were talking about sweets and chocolate and ice cream and stuff, just don't have it in the house. It's much less likely you're going to go out and go purchase some when you have that craving. You may have a setback, but that's okay. We all have setbacks. We're human. We all make mistakes. But the idea is to minimize those setbacks and to make it more difficult and challenging to indulge in that habit. Once you get acclimated to not taking that action on a regular basis, it becomes much more easy. And not only does it become easier, but it becomes automatic. And once it becomes automatic, you don't even think about it. You just don't do it anymore because it's not even appealing to you. So that's the fascinating thing about changing habits. The fourth step is to practice some kind of mindfulness meditation. You can see my video, if you click the link below, to find out more about mindfulness meditation and how it can help you not just break your habits, but also be more successful in your career, public speaking, sports, and a variety of other things that mindfulness meditation can help you acquire and become much more successful. The fifth thing that we need to look at as human beings, we all need rewards. Rewards is what keeps us moving forward. With small rewards, they motivate us and they keep us going. If you're a leader in an organization or manager in an organization, if you want to keep your team motivated and moving in the right direction, you need to give them a pat in the back once in a while. You know, you heard the old expression, carrot and the stick. You get a lot more with honey than you do vinegar. So reward yourself in small ways as you make progress towards achieving that goal, breaking that habit in this particular case. What kind of rewards can I use? Well, if it's to stop eating ice cream and chocolate, I might not recommend going out eating chocolate and ice cream. Perhaps you reward yourself with something else like going to the cinema, if you normally don't do that and you enjoy doing that. Or perhaps you have this indulgence like racing around in go-karts. Well, go do that. Or whatever it is that turns you on that you enjoy doing, go out and do that activity, provided it's good for your health and it reinforces the changing of that negative habit that you no longer want to participate in. The sixth step is you need to be patient and you need to be persistent and you need to be a little bit forgiving on yourself. Now, I'm not giving you the cop-out where you can just say, no. What I'm saying is, if you screw up once in a month, well, okay, it's not the end of the world. Just get right back on that horse and just keep going. Don't stop. Be patient, but be persistent. Who wins the race? The guy that's in it for the long haul. Remember the story of the rabbit and the tortoise? Who won at the end was the tortoise, because he had the stamina to go the distance. And those that normally succeed are those that go the distance. Oftentimes, stamina will outbeat talent. In fact, most of the time. Number 7, measure your progress through journaling, keeping track of your KPIs, your benchmarks. Be clear about what those objectives are and review those objectives. An example I can share with you is when I go to the gym and I work out, I've noticed I have a journal. And if I'm keeping track of all the exercise I'm doing, how much weight, how many repetitions I've done, and so forth and so on, I get a lot better results. If I don't keep track of that book and I don't write in that book, the results are so-so because I have nothing to compare from the week before or from the previous month. So I'm not seeing the progress. Therefore, I'm less motivated. Therefore, I don't have the same mindset, same attitude to succeed. So see, it's really important to keep track, to have benchmarks, to have KPIs, and journaling or keeping a log of the activities that you're doing to help you change that habit. Focus on the positive. Focus in the direction you're going. Don't be focusing back, great, I haven't smoked in 4 days. Doesn't matter. If you're going to stop smoking for the rest of your life, you've only stopped smoking just today. So just worry about today. Tomorrow will take care of itself. And yesterday doesn't exist anymore. So just focus on today and today's progress. Progress one step at a time. And number 8, seek support. Hang out with people who are going to support you in achieving your goal. Hang out with people who are going to help you achieve this new habit. That's one of the strongest and most important things that you can do in order to be successful in anything. And if you're changing a bad habit for a good habit, for God's sake, you may even need to change your social environment. A great example would be somebody who drinks. If their whole social environment is around drinkers and you want to stop drinking, you know what? You're going to have to find new friends. You're going to have to hang out with people who don't drink or don't use drugs or whatever it is that you're trying to stop doing. Because what's going to happen is if you hang out with those people, they're going to reinforce those negative habits that you don't want. And that's not where you're going. So they're really not your friends, and they're not really trying to support you. You could even say, as Patrick Bet-David once said, is they're enemies. They may look like friends, but if they're not supporting you and moving forward, then in reality, they're kind of an enemy. Hey, if you've enjoyed the video and you've found value and you've learned things from this video, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, or even ask us a question in the comment box. I'll make sure someone gets back to you soon. And if you're interested in training, don't forget to contact us. We'd love to speak to you or your organization, see how we can help you develop your skills as a leader, a more effective communicator, better public speaker, a better manager, or just become happier and manage stress and things of this nature. We also work with multinational organizations dealing with intercultural dynamics, which is very important in today's global world and global economy. Have a fantastic day again. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day. Bye.